Welcome back to VW Farm. I'm Mike. It's a cool day today, about 70, 75, and it's going to be a lot better than yesterday. I worked myself a little too hard. Today, we're going to do some more work on the spreader. We have a piece of steel here that's going to go on the back, and then I have to get the bearings mounted in. And after the bearings are mounted in, the steel's on, maybe I can get some paint. Let's get started. For those that don't know, I ran over my helmet yesterday testing the manure spreader. I miss it. Well, it's just part of it, I guess. Alright, now that back bar's on, that's pretty stable now. I also had to put this bar in, but I'm pretty sure I showed that in the last video. So the side-to-side movement is moving the whole spreader, and it's not just moving these side panels, which is exactly what I wanted. Now here's the issue. There's a lot of play right here, and we want that nice and tight to the right. And I want it nice to the right like that because the way this sprocket lines up, it lines the chains better when it's shifted over like that. So I'm going to double check this, and that's pretty good. I'm going to double check this side over here, and the chains are aligned right where they need to be. So in order to keep it there, we need to tack weld a piece of angle against the flat side of that bearing, but we're not going to tack weld it to the bearing, we're going to tack weld it to the frame here. And then we're going to do the same on the other side so that bearing has a nice seat to sit in. And I have plenty of scrap angle from previous projects. It's going to work perfect. Now that that's tack welded in there, I'm going to release the clamp, see if the bearing holds, and if it does, I'm going to pull this pulley and chain off and we're going to do a better bead. So far so good. Now we have the tricky part. We have to pull this pin. Finally got it. Should not be that hard. Dang it. Now we need to pull this pin, and these two components should slide off, these two sprockets. Now I can get in there and run a better bead. Now that that's done, we can run a bead around this bottom joint too, and we can get a piece cut for this side. I have my other piece. We're going to weld that so it sits in there nice. Not going anywhere. Again, I'm not the greatest welder. Without my auto darken helmet, I keep waiting for it to relight for me. It just doesn't. So I'm seeing a couple design flaws. The previous owner that had this rebuilt the entire sides and back end here. This grease fitting I'm not going to be able to get to. We're going to have to change it out for a different one. We might even cut a hole in this channel here. But we'll get to that when we work the kinks out. That one just fights me every time. I should just replace it with a cotter pea. I should just replace that one with a cotter pin. Now let's test out the beaters. Well, that went swimmingly. Now we need to replace this hardware here for the hitch, and we're going to paint the hitch while we have it out. In order to to get those bolts off, I have my gas-powered crescent wrench. Well, that went pretty good. The contents down there look pretty hot though. I don't want to touch them. Let that dry. Now that it's dried, we can put the new bolts on. Do a little bit of paint touch up. Now we can hook it back up to the tractor. That was fairly simple. I'm going to go through the rest of this spreader, change out any bolts that need it, and then in the next video we're going to paint it and do a full load of manure. Hopefully not in the backyard. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. That's the only way I'm going to grow. Like this video, share this video around. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one.